As our path traces deeper into the cognitive woods, we can feel just how much we've gathered so far. First noticing new flickers of attention, then boldly naming them as questions. We learned last time the power of pausing to assess those questions, to test their roots. That deliberate strengths-based sifting set us up for a powerful next step. Now that the question holds promise, how do we consciously design the journey that question takes us on? Welcome to Episode 4. Design, Crafting Illuminated Pathways. Picture this: a night wanderer, lantern in hand, realizes it's not enough to shout, "Let's follow that star." If we hope to see the best of this forest, we need to lay stones, mark forks, and plan the turns. Design in inquiry creates an illuminated pathway, not random steps in underbrush, but roots you've shaped with intention and care. If Episode 3, in its Assessing the Roots spirit, helped you avoid dead-end trails and circular walkabouts, now you get to be the path builder in your own cognitive woods. Trail markers give structure, clarity, safety, and most importantly, direction. From testing to trail building. Let's anchor this to ALF and learning research. Design in the attention literacy framework isn't about stifling creativity, but honoring focus by connecting, sequencing, and pacing your best questions. Think of how lesson designers, curriculum architects, or even master conversationalists start. They start with a juicy, rooted question from last episode's process. Then they plot question stones ahead, easier stepping questions that build confidence, lateral connectors that create bridges to what we already know, pauses that allow wandering, and culminating, high-up lookouts that demand synthesis or reflection. The Protocol Toolbox, Real-World Classroom Story. Consider a classroom learning about plant life. The guiding question, assessed as juicy: how do plants adapt to survive in extreme environments? First design decision: where do we start? Maybe with a shared text or video stimulus, the hook. Next, what sequencing supports deep dive but reduces overload? Offer simple first steps. What's one adaptation you've already seen in your neighborhood? Then, lateral connection. Who else in nature uses a similar strategy? Protective question for attention. Where do you feel lost or curious as the topic grows messier? Then, loop upward. How could humans use technology to mimic a cactus or a mangrove's superpowers? The teacher isn't guessing from minute to minute. They're scaffolding questions intentionally, like constructing bridges across logs and creeks so every explorer attends, lingers, and reaches something new. Why it matters. What the research shows. As inquiry researcher Ron Richhart points out, learning and focus thrive when paths are patterned, neither completely fixed nor endlessly open. Tangible protocols, like thinking routines, question walls, and timed reflection points, act as visible trail guides. Alderbranch's own work teaches that well-designed explorations limit cognitive overload. John Sweller and advocates of visible learning agree that structural support creates just enough challenge. Learners focus carefully, not frantically. Contrast this with overgrown paths. Too many unrelated questions, no pause to strengthen recall or scaffold, or time wasted in tangents, attention fragments, exploration collapses. Attention Literacy Toolkit. Pulse and pause. Checkpoints insert a pulse check. Every few steps, ask aloud, where is your attention right now? What's the most curious part so far? Paired question design. For every deep question, add a bridge. Who might disagree? Where have I or someone else seen this happen? This shifts rigor from worksheet lists to lived dialogue, Circle back design map questions so they sometimes loop learners back to combine ideas rather than always racing forward. Open reflection. What makes this trail joyful/overwhelming? Activating celebration and caution equally nourishes both resilience and agency. Imagine the difference this makes for real students. Those classrooms don't just quiz for trivial recall, they illuminate journeys using question design as relational, paced, and permission giving maps. So, with a strong map under our feet and each stone carefully arranged, we stand at the trailhead not of wandering, but of intentional exploration. You're now ready to walk that line, to bring questions alive through action, discussion, and attentive practice. Next time on Practice Walking with Questions, we'll lace up for the part of the journey that can't be done holding blueprints at the edge. We'll get a bit muddy, notice our habits in action, and let questions lead us through trial, surprise, and real, sometimes messy, growth.